Moving on to the amortization working papers, we now give the user the ability to reconcile the amortization working papers to specific general ledger accounts. I'm going to demonstrate this with my property, plant, and equipment working paper. I'll be using buildings or group 1 as the example. You'll see that there's a drop-down here which says no reconciliation to general ledger. If I click on the drop-down and say reconcile to closing balance, you will now see a yellow line appears at the bottom of this group which says unreconciled difference and gives me 2 amounts. Above that, we have a per general ledger account, and this I can populate by using the 2 drop-downs in the top. So for cost, I'm going to link that to the cost of my buildings from the trial balance, and you will see that it populates from the trial balance, and I no longer have an unreconciled difference for the cost. For accumulated amortization, I'm going to do the same and select the accumulated amortization for buildings. You will now see that both of them are now reconciled and the unreconciled difference line disappears. However, I'm just going to stick in an amount here to bring in the difference. If I scroll to the bottom of this working paper, you will see that there is a diagnostic which tells me that there is an unreconciled difference. I have one group which is unreconciled, and if I look at the document map, any group marked with an asterisk will mean that it's unreconciled. If I open my document map by clicking View, Document Map, you will see in the top left that buildings has an asterisk next to it, meaning that it's unreconciled. Clicking on it will jump me to the buildings section, and I can reconcile the difference. Also, what I can do is if I only want to show groups which are unreconciled, I can use the drop-down in the top and select to show only unreconciled groups. This will hide all other groups and only show me the groups which have an unreconciled difference. Now what you will notice with this $100 that I've entered, there is a red square meaning that there's an unreconciled difference. But this also means that the amount of 100 is above the threshold that I have set for an unreconciled difference. If I go to the top of the document, click on the chain icon, and scroll right to the bottom, you'll see that I have the option to adjust the amount of this threshold. It is currently set to $1, which is why my $100 difference in my accumulated amortization is appearing as an unreconciled difference. If I set this to 105, you'll see that my unreconciled difference no longer appears, as that 100 is below the threshold which I have set. One thing to also note is that if there are any unreconciled differences appearing in the diagnostic at the bottom of this working paper, they will also appear in the diagnostics report, meaning that when you're completing your file, you can easily see if there are any groups which have unreconciled differences in.